23 years to the day. Crazy.
November 12th, 23 years ago,
1993.
Poise shocked the world.
And boom, the UFC was born.
Jiu-jitsu.
Imagine where your life would be today if the UFC was not born 23 years ago today. If you're a UFC fan, you'd be bored out of your mind. If you're a jiu-jitsu practitioner like us and all the people we know and train with, guess what? Your life was changed forever 23 years ago to the day. It couldn't have been
a better event.
Yes, it couldn't have been a more historic,
energetic,
yes,
amazing. 3 belts on the line.
Madison Square Garden, the first card in the UFC after the most politically ridiculous reasons why it wasn't in the UFC for the UFC wasn't in New York for so long. They made it. They did it at the Madison Square Garden. They put together the biggest card in UFC history, and guess what?
They did it big.
They delivered like YOEL Romero's needed the head on Chris Weidman for the most devastating flying knee knockout that he just ran straight into.
Unbelievable.
Talk about Conor McGregor, the title fight that went down. It was ridiculous. Conor's coming in, going for 2 belts. It's never been done before at the same time.
So respectable. There's so many things about Conor McGregor and how he fights that I'm just like, wow, I love this guy, right? And number one is just how calm he was, especially this fight, just keeping his hand out, keeping the distance. Very patient, not emotional. He talks a lot of trash, but I think he, like Muhammad Ali, like so many of those guys that talk trash, they want to get your opponent just pissed off and angry. And
it worked.
And you know, and his opponent came in tense.
He was riled up,
but not too much.
Yeah,
you know, he's just natural, but nonetheless, just so patient,
called it, you
so
guys.
strategic.
And distance management, he don't said it. The ability for Conor to stand there in perfect stance and be just at the perfect distance, miss Alvarez dodge his punch by literally 1 inch. He misses like this. And then come back with a 4-punch combination to drop Alvarez straight down. Referee jumps in. It's over. Conor holds 2 belts. The historic picture is taken. They probably snatch that belt right after, and who knows what's going to happen. But congratulations to Conor. An amazing performance. And the rest of the night, Joanna defended her title on a decision. And then we had Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and TYRON Woodley. Very interesting, spectacular fight, beautiful guillotines. We broke them down. You're going to see some of that. Lots of jiu-jitsu, lots of grappling there, some half guards, some guillotines.
It went to a draw.
It went to a majority draw on a title. So the title did not change hands, but it was very dramatic.
And I'm so happy that it went to a draw because it really gives Wonderboy credit for surviving and avoiding this guillotine.
It was nasty.
It was the guillotine of guillotines. I mean, obviously, it could have been a better applied guillotine and more technically
applied. But TYRON Woodley on your neck, even wrong, his choke is ridiculous.
They say even the poorly applied choke is dangerous, but the fact that he survived it and he got out and went to a draw, it's like, man, it's amazing fight.
Super ridiculous. So what we did is we had all of our best buds and pals and instructors and friends, and they were all here on the beanbags in the garage. We had the stream on this one. We had the Facebook feed going live with questions coming through. What we did is in between rounds, we just, if there was any jiu-jitsu, in between rounds, we had a minute, we would show a technique. Sometimes we went overboard, you guys, but we're gonna take the consolidation of the best little pieces that happen in between rounds and in between fights, put them all together for you guys to enjoy right now. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching these little details. And sometimes there was no jiu-jitsu, so we just answered some questions from Facebook. So it becomes kind of a free virtual seminar with some of our favorite techniques. If you guys enjoy this format, let us know here that you were watching on Facebook. And if you like this kind of compilation here, let us know as well, and we'll do more of these. Otherwise, we can just go to sleep early, wait till the morning after, make the videos as usual. The call is yours, you guys. We had fun. Let us know if you have any suggestions to make the next one better. We're listening, you guys. Much respect. Congratulations, Conor. We'll see all you guys in the next one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Today, so KHABIB was here, hitting him, split control, boom, boom. This arm snuck in, go on your side, heat on. Then KHABIB stepped over. When he stepped over, his leg got caught in here. Get up on his elbow. Yeah, start getting out. Try to build the house. He did this.
This is a good thing.
For who?
For you.
Good. So now he stayed right here, and then he started just wrecking him right here with ground and pound. His hand came up, blocked your face, but look how limited. There were periods of at least 2 minutes where KHABIB was smashing right here, full control.
2 minutes of the arm stuck?
2 minutes of ground and pound. John McCarthy was there on the action, ready to stop. He's blocking pretty well though, hitting. And then what happens is Michael would push off the ground and get up in your elbow. As soon as he got back up, boom, every time.
Yeah, what's making things really bad is this half, this
well,
right
it's half
here.
guard, but it's on the wrong side.
Of course, but it's still the fact that your knee's in the middle, it's making it tough for my
And we
hips to
compared
switch.
this to Brock Lesnar. The Brock Lesnar situation was different. From Brock Lesnar, it was here, put his hand up, like this, straight up, lay down, lay down. Look, this was the Brock Lesnar with Frank Mir.
Same kind of thing.
Boom, boom, from, you know, several UFC, long time ago. He had this arm lock.
It's really hard to get to some people.
It's very hard to get this,
This is much easier
So
to
from
get.
here, if he don't starts building the house, look, wrist control, because sometimes if your hand is facing north, I can't grab his forearm. But if I do this, look, it's done. And now I lock and I put pressure and I lay on top. I'll keep it. So the way this is happening, so Raquel Pennington right here in the third round especially, she did it in earlier rounds, but she landed it solid and almost finished her in the third round with it. They get it here, and then she's locking it in where she gets under, palm up, and then she's gable gripping right here, and her hips are, lock my legs, you know, like wrap my, go for a double leg almost. She's doing this.
Yeah, it's almost like the more I try for the double leg, the tighter things get.
The more you pressure, the tighter things
It's
get.
the same as when we teach a standard guillotine. If you just put your hips forward, standard.
Yes, if I do this, it makes it worse.
When you lower to do a double leg, you slice your own neck into
What
your
if you
forearm.
put your hands on his thighs and push away?
Yes, which is not only that. Not only was she pushing away when they were standing, Chris. So Chris asked, what if they just push the thighs and push away? If he does, it's gonna help a little bit. But my arms are tight right here around Hidon's neck, so it's gonna be a little tough. But
Yeah,
when MIESHA was jumping up, like her legs were climbing off fence because she had to get even higher. Because while standing, that was Raquel's a strong woman, and she was pulling. Go back, go back. If this person has a gable grip, this is very interesting, you guys. This is very interesting. If he has a gable grip around the hips right here, look, we want the kimura. Look at his hands. If I do the kimura on this arm, hold it tighter. There's no way that we're coming out right here. There's no way that the grip is gonna get broken. Hold tighter. There's no way, because it's going into his hand. Look, keep your grip as tight as you can. Look, keep it, keep it, keep it. Woohoo!
So should people switch?
I think you should look at the grip. You should be, because Yoel was fighting the hands initially, and right when you identify.
The truth is, it's hard. When you lace my arm, lace my arm. What do you lace my arm? You lace it?
You were gonna switch on me?
Yeah, it's too fast.
You better not switch. You guys, a rope that is not tied
Yes, when you
is
switch.
a rope that cannot save your life, you guys. The rope must be connected.
So that from inside the half guard, Hidon has to choose. He's either concerned about keeping me from slipping my leg out, or he's concerned about his balance, his base in the equation. And right now, the way Hidon's legs are, you can stay there, let's just turn it a little like this. Yeah. Do you see how committed his legs are to the triangle right here? His legs are locked up fully. So if he's this committed, what does that tell you about his base?
I'm pretty narrow.
He's pretty narrow. So you can post this foot that's in the legs, step on his knee right here, and roll his hips over. Look, go again. So I do a little foot stomp next to his knee. I put my foot on the ground and I lift my hips a little, and it's almost like I do a little swivel. Boom. And his hips go. Okay, that's one option. The other option is to, if he's really tight in the triangle, is just put this foot on the ground, do a big bridge and reach. And roll. He's straight trap and roll from the half guard. Like we forget, right, that it's half guard, but he's very trap and rollable. The problem is when I bridge and reach, he don't post your foot. Look, he's gonna open, that's when I go back to guard.
So, boom. So even when they don't work, they work.
Yes. He was in it for a while, so it had to be a flaw in the
Something was
application.
missing.
So anyways, he wrapped it, arm in guillotine. The arm was a little bit in front. He jumps guard, boom. And his hands were too deep. So when you're squeezing this deep right now, talk about how this is in your armpit more than, right?
Yeah, this is pulling
This
into
is
this.
here, you guys. When you have an arm in guillotine, rule number 1, you have to put the knife in the throat, not in the armpit. Showing mad respect. It's beautiful. Look, but he comes here, the neck gets wrapped. Look, I'm gonna take the knife and go much shallower. Look at my hands, much shallower. So now, as I stretch with the guard here and I curl, you're feeling it right away?
Yeah, the thing is that when it's shallower, though, you might believe that there's more chance of escaping.
Yes.
Because it's a little looser.
Yes.
It's looser everywhere
It's a common
except for where it
misconception.
matters.
But you need that shallow blade, not in the armpit. Arm in guillotines, you guys, have to be in the neck, not in the armpit. So you have to shallow your hands so that the wrist bone is right in the trachea.
Listen.
That's why when he didn't tap, he had the time to resist. Woohoo! From here, check out what I do. This near side arm right here, which I know he wants to pull across my neck to actually lock it up. Let's go back. So the near side arm right here, I wedge the person's hip right away, head down, which he's gonna be pulling my head down anyways from triangles to pull my head down.
Which doesn't really make sense to pull the head down when the arm is still out here. But
Yes,
nevertheless,
especially if I get
it
this
happens
wedge.
anyways.
So check it out. You block, you walk, you underhook and feed, and then you hug the knee right here. Now try to lock the triangle.
Yeah, already right now, I have no try.
It's
no chance.
completely done, you guys. And this one right here, I'm catching against like T-City. Ask Brian. Ryan Ortega, who locks triangle setups, and I'll sit up like this, and this guy will do magic, and he'll get my head down and he'll lock it up. But then I started getting my head.
The only one that works against Brian?
This is the only one I need against Brian. How about that?
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, I've been really frustrating Brian's triangles, but this is happening. So I'll go. He'll put my head down. Let's say he breaks it down. Boom! Right away, block the hip. Look, and you want to walk to the side of the posted hip. The other hand comes under, and you're actually taking over their hip right here. So that's my other hand underneath, holding Hiron's thigh right here. Once we land right there, I'm coming around, and I just barely hooked the knee. I'm not grabbing it. I'm not pushing on it. I'm just hooking it. Because what I want to stop Hiron's hips from doing, try to bring your hips back under my neck. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to lay on this thigh and keep it pinned to the ground right here.
Yeah, this leg obviously.
Because where do you want your hips? Put your hips back under. You want your hips straight, right? He wants his hips over there and locked up.
Even out to the side a little bit.
A little bit out to the side of the actual choke, right?
For sure.
So I call it block, walk, feed, and hug. Block, walk, feed, and hug. And then chill right here. Okay, and then from here, my goal is to bring this inside hand, look, inside his thigh, hip area, frame my head, pull me into it. Look, boom. And then we're coming out and we're passing right there. This shallow Darce is changing everything right now in the Darce industry, okay?
Tell us why.
So here's what's happening, is it doesn't matter if it's half guard or side mount. What I'm wrapping the neck as if I'm gonna go for a guillotine right here. And normally, if he has a deep underhook, you can't do a Darce because your arm is wedged on my back.
Too much body.
So it's too much body because you can't get your bicep because your fingers are always slipping. But pay attention to this right now. This is gonna, everyone who's watching right now, pay attention because everything will change from this day forward. We'll remember this as the Darce evolution for the world.
The birth.
This is the rebirth of the Darce. Okay, come back. The fight just started again right now, but we have something to talk about. This is very critical.
Okay.
If something groundbreaking happens, you guys let me know. But right now, if you're with me, stay with me. Okay? So, checking this out. We got the wrap right here. I'm gonna run the rope through. My hands are in guillotine grip. I'm gonna run it through. Look, and I keep it right here, and then I advance. He don't have an underhook, bro, still. Yes, he still has an underhook. I cannot get my bicep right now. Put your head back a little bit. I can't get my bicep, but watch what I can get. I can get this. And normally you would say, that's not a big deal. It's so loose, but it's not, you guys. He's done right now. In fact, if I put myself back in the half guard, or I catch Hiron's top leg, and I lasso this leg right here, Hiron, talk to me right now. Tell me how much your underhook saved you.
Do it again.
Let me have this lock. Underhook. No, do the underhook. Do the underhook.
I have the underhook, but let me change it.
Change to what?
Go.
Oh, you want to do a head shield?
I want to see. I just want to.
Are we sparring right now?
We're sparring. You would never get here.
That's true. Look, so here I lock this up, and I have his leg trapped right now, and I pull his head, and I want to fold this in here.
It's not good for you.
It's not good for you either?
No, it's not good for you.
Is it worse for you or for me?
Much better. Oh, it's much worse. It's worse for me, obviously.
Got it. Now
But
here's
I
what,
feel good right here.
do that right there.
bad?
Here's what I've been doing also. Look, this.
That's been happening to you?
To Mike, yes.
This has been happening?
Mike has been framing.
Oh, that's great.
And my, see how I use my knee right there? I didn't want to show it on
That
camera,
was
you
my-
guys, but he like embarrassed me right now because I couldn't submit him. So I had no choice but to bring in the knee slice,
Well,
you guys.
since when do you not want to show anything on camera?
No, I have some things, you guys. I have a back pocket. It's very full, okay? And I like to keep some things in there because I travel a lot and I spar with good guys. And I want to be able to catch them, you guys. But sometimes I can't. But did you guys see that knee peel? I'm not going to show it again. I hope we documented that. And if you got it, you got it. If you're watching the fight, hey,
This is my
you're
first
lost.
time. So from the knee on belly, if you can get your leg over the person's first arm, here, and then you grab this elbow, and now you just take this.
Again. So yeah, it's very deceptive because when Hiron pushes my hand to my chest and he steps, my impulse now is to like push.
Even if it's not to push.
Interesting.
Just your landing on their belly does a little.
Yeah.
It has this effect.
yeah.
Like a little. So I sit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Push it. Sit.
Oh, why so many reps? My turn. Look, so grab the fist, pull it down, knee switch, hand on the ground, step over, poke the neck, hip under, step over, catch. If he keeps his elbow here and I get my hips, I shoot the leg and I roll through with it.